Here, and I am talking about the top 10 marriage killers. And I have covered, this is the ninth week. So I have covered several things, and I want to tell you what they are. They are toxic people. I've covered abuse, social media, lack of communication, intimacy issues, immaturity, addiction, no time investment. And on last week, I talked about dishonesty as a top 10 marriage killer. And it's interesting because last week I posted a question, and I promise you, when people saw the question, they were like, "What? You are crazy." Let me tell you what the question was. It was this question: what is a difficult moment that led you to lie to save your relationship or marriage? Most people did not want to touch that subject with a 10-foot pole. It was kind of funny. And so I want to provide some context to the question because I had this thing in the back of my mind, but I just posed the question. And so this is a hypothetical, but it's context around that question. What if you were a person who had an affair years ago in your marriage, but your spouse didn't know about it? And so you felt like, and I'm gonna promise you that most people, most people's advice is going to be, do not talk about it because you know it was a mistake. You do not want to hurt your spouse. And so that is a dishonesty that is understandable. And you just need to leave that where it is and just keep it on, keep moving. Leave that where it is. And I am going to give you a position, my position, that is exactly the opposite of that. Because I believe that dishonesty is a slippery slope. I think that it starts with something as innocuous as a white lie, maybe about something that you bought. Maybe I saw an outfit, a whole outfit, and I had to have it. So I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to leave it in the trunk. It could be something as small as that, clear up to something as big as an infidelity in your marriage that no one knows about. And so I believe that dishonesty creates an environment when you are okay with something as small as a little white lie. It helps you be more comfortable with the wall that you've built. And so you're comfortable with that small one. And so when it goes clean up to the big one, you're okay with that level of dishonesty. And I believe that dishonesty is a wall that we create in our marriage. And what's reality is that most people, in order to avoid conflict, they don't really talk about, in some cases, their true feelings, their true motives. They don't talk about that because it feels like, why would I walk my face into a propeller and talk about something that's really difficult? Why would I do that? And the reason that I am proposing that you should do it is because keep in mind, back at the very first marriage, Adam and Eve, when they were completely naked and unashamed, this was before sin became involved, they were naked and unashamed. After sin came in, then they started putting on fig leaves. They put on fig leaves to cover and hide certain things. And so what happens in our marriages in modern day is that we have these fig leaves. We have these fig leaves that cover the issues and the shortcomings and the issues that exist with all of us because we're human beings. And I've said before that marriage is a mirror to who you really are. And so in order to avoid the pain of seeing what my shortcomings are, I put a fig leaf on. It's a little bit of dishonesty. It's a little bit of dishonesty about where I was and what I was doing and what my motivation was when I did this. But then it can't be a true mirror because God created marriage so that we could be a mirror to each other. And part of that is that you're going to see some things about yourself that are not very pleasant. But that's the point. You're never going to get better if you don't have that true mirror. And so that dishonesty, not really showing what your true thoughts and motives and things are, you're never able to see the mirror that's going to help you get better. But please know that I am not saying that it is not going to be painful. To talk about those things and bring those things up, it is almost like walking into a propeller. But understand that God needs for that to happen to you. That is the point of marriage. It is to help you get better, to help you grow through the mirror and to grow through those shortcomings. And we all have them. And so I really want to leave you with a couple questions that I want you to ask yourself. What are from the innocuous to the big ones, what are the areas of dishonesty? What are the areas that I have not been completely true with my spouse about? From the blouse in the trunk, the pair of shoes that you didn't really talk about, to where it is that you are, what it is that you're doing, all of those things, they matter. They absolutely matter, because God wants you to have the marriage that he designed. And those little bitty things, all the way to the very big things, it's a very slippery slope. And so dishonesty, what it does is it makes you feel better because you get by in the moment. In the moment, it's like, whew, okay, I'm past that. But understand that everything that's done in the dark will come to light. And so not only when it comes to light, not only do you have to deal with your thought process and where you were when you decided that, but you also have to deal with the deception that you created behind it. And so it's just more painful in the short term by actually talking about it and being radically honest with your spouse about those things versus the long term of the discovery. So I just wanted to leave you with those couple things. So I appreciate you joining me. We're actually going to be in the 10th week of our top 10 marriage killers on tomorrow, Marriage Monday. So please join me for the conversation next week. I look forward to it, and I appreciate you joining me tonight. Take care. Bye-bye.